Good morning. Welcome to Wake Up Real Estate. It's Thursday, so it's Tech Tip Thursday. I have my my workout towel here because I just finished doing what is quickly become my favorite activity during the week, which is fitness and follow-up combined together in tandem. So for the last 45 minutes, I've been getting my workout in between that, texting, and have set 5 appointments, 1 for Jordan, 4 for myself personally. And I also have about 4 or 5 more that I need to follow up with, either a video with more details or just need to nail down a time. I'm not going to share the script. It's a variation of one that we've been really pushing, the quick chat. I'm not going to share the exact script today. Actually, yes, I will. Here's how I'm going to do it. If you want to get the exact script, you got to join us for the mastermind huddle at 11 after this.
There you go.
Wakeup.realestate/MM. Wakeup.realestate/MM. And if you can't make it, or you're watching this after the fact, we'll get the script in the description.
Just comment down below and ask for the script.
Yeah, next Tuesday or whatever. Which, by the way, just heads up to you. We are now last minute going to the beach.
Cool.
So our programming change. We're probably going to hold off for a week. We might just take next week off. Who knows? But I won't be here. I won't be here Monday, Tuesday, or Wednesday. I'll be back Thursday. I'll be back. Cool. Well, I'll be back late Wednesday. Anyway, we got a few things to share. Brian, do you have a social post? I don't know.
Yeah, I do. I have a quick one. I just grabbed some data out of the MLS this morning.
Okay.
One of my favorite go-tos.
This is an easy one. That's an easy go-to.
Yeah, this is just the average days to sell data. We all have this in our MLSs. Just go in there, play around with, the MLS I use is one of the big ones. It's, a lot of you guys have access to the same stuff. I just talked about how long it's taken to sell a property. Right now, it took 41 days to sell a property, twice as long as last year, but it's still hot relative to the years before that. And in this case, I don't even do a call to action, Josh. I'm just, again, the point of these social posts.
Right?
Yeah.
It's, Gary V's jab, 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 right hook, right?
Yeah.
80% content, 20% ask. Hormozy would say 99% content, 1% ask. His approach is...
Sometimes you don't even have to ask because people just start asking you.
Exactly. Well, that's his point. If you give away enough goodwill, people will just start asking you for help. As someone that is the consummate pitch man, I guess that's hard for me. But we also, I think we also embody the idea of giving away as much cool free stuff as we possibly can too. So it's not always asking. What have we got on here?
Rates are still being annoying. They're still up there over 7.
And yet, at 9 o'clock last night, Jordan pre-approved some clients that I'm working with, and they own a home with a rate in the 3s. He pre-approved them with a rate in the low 7s, and we're making an offer. So, if the motivation is great enough, it's all relative.
Yeah. I'm bringing up a historical chart because I think in the mid-2000s when things were really hot, that didn't end well. But for a lot of my career and yours, Josh, rates were up in the 7. Yeah, so here I'm kind of highlighting here. Yeah, they were in the 6s and 5s. Maybe they were in the 6s a lot of the mid-2000s. But when I started in 99, they were right where they are now, 7-8%, 99, 2000, 2001. So it's relatively not that high. Right?
Yep.
So I guess we say this all the time, don't let rates scare you. There's plenty of business to be had. There's plenty of ways to just find out who's doing transactions and go there. I'm liking the idea, Josh, of helping people tap some equity and do something else, either buy a piece of land, buy an investment property, put 50% down on a house. If your kid's going to college, there's an idea, put 50% down and rent to his roommates. There's lots of ways to do deals right now.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Okay. Tech tip Thursday, just the tech tip.
Yeah.
So a lot of times on these sessions, we have tools and stuff that we we share. But with all the talking about this downsizing funnel we've been doing, a lot of people have been hitting me up and you asking like what we're using to do the specific thing. We had a couple comments on YouTube, some people Facebook me. So I thought it might be interesting just to share the like infrastructure of these pages. And maybe you guys can take a few pointers out of that. Does that work for you? All right. So first off, this is built on WordPress with a custom plugin. Not that it matters. You can do much the same stuff with other platforms, but there's a plugin on WordPress that's called Formidable. It's a forms plugin. I don't think this is the actual site. It's formidableforms.com. And this plugin kind of lets you build full applications and forms. You know, forms, a lot of times applications you use online, they're really just forms based. And this thing is really robust, costs money. I think I'm paying hundreds of bucks a year for it, but I just do everything with it. But for those of you that are asking, this landing page, most of it is operating on a form with survey reveal functionality. Now, if you don't want to get really geeky and go and buy a form generator like Formidable or figure out how to use WordPress, other alternatives are Typeform, Jotform, Cognito Forms, right? So there's stuff out there, and you can even use Google Forms. But what I want to share, you know, one of the secrets behind the reason why these pages convert so well, I think your campaign's like tracking up in the 20s, Josh. It's nuts. Like,
so when you say tracking up in the 20s, you're saying 100 visitors, over 20 of them opt in, or 20% are actually completing the form and ending up as a lead in my KB core.
Yeah, and we're, you know, that has some to do with the like keyword targeting and some other things, but we are asking 4 questions here.
Yeah.
You know, so I'm going to go into the nitty gritty and just share how the conditionals work, because a lot of you guys have been asking me what we're using, and I know you have WordPress and you're using either Formidable, Gravity. Gravity Forms is a similar one. There's a couple that kind of work almost the same way. They all copy each other.
Yep.
But the big kind of secret sauce here is this conditional option. So I have my first field here that's a radio button. And then down here, you see this conditional logic. So the conditional logic, that's funny. Of course, I clicked out. Here we go. 1 second here. It's all the way down at the bottom, and I'm using a different monitor today. I swapped with my son. Okay. So it says, show this field if any of the following match. Okay. And you don't want to do it on the first field, but the field after that, it's if the which best describes you is not equals blank. And then I have a similar rule. This one says if this one's not blank. Now, a little bit of an advanced tip, if you end up building one of these, I usually like to take at the end of the last question, I like to just reveal everything else. So these like open-ended questions, Josh, they are, they show all at the same time, but the person has already built momentum and filled out these 4, and they become committed to the process.
The idea, right? So it's micro commitments until they're like, okay, fine, I'll just finish the dang thing.
It's like boom, boom, boom. All right, I'm in this. All right, let's finish it up. And Josh, the day you weren't here, you know, I mentioned how I think the reason we're getting so many phone numbers is twofold. One, they're already committed, and we're offering something cool. But I actually think the asking for the phone number and offering something additional, if they were thinking about abandoning at this point, this pushes them over the edge. Right here. I will also mention, I don't know if I'm doing it on this page, but you can make the submit button conditional. Yes, I do. So you can see here, the submit button itself is conditional. So somebody comment down below, because I'm about to get really deep in the weeds. Go ahead, Josh.
Well, so the idea there being, they don't even know they're submitting anything, right? So it's not like that can be, like I remember Ryan Dice years ago, hearing him, like his analogy to marketing in it that perfectly aligns to this is if you're trying to hunt deer, right, there are things that you do to try and attract the deer in, right? And if you do anything to spook the deer, they're gone, and you've lost the opportunity, right?
Mhm.
Not the perfect analogy, because it's not like we're not hunting these people. But the point is, little things can make a huge difference in the flow and process. And if you do anything to knock people off of the scent, let's say, or to spook them, they may not opt in, or they may even this applies after opt-in as well, right? You don't want to give them reasons to abort, right? So, for example, if you're promising immediate access to something, and you don't give them immediate access, well, they now feel like it was bait and switch, or they feel betrayed, and they may unsubscribe, or even send you some unflattering message, right? So you got to think about the whole flow of this, and just make it, as you want to grease the pipeline or grease the funnel as much as you can, to make it easy for someone to move down the flow.
Yeah. Yeah. The other thing here is, if you show the button right off, a lot of people will click to see the full list now they think they can see it, but they won't see all the conditional reveals.
Yes.
So that's part of what's going on here. Just in case you're curious, the setting is under the button setting, where it says you can add the conditional logic to the submit button right here. And I was about to say, leave a comment if you like this more geeky stuff on this show. But for anybody who's curious, we're actually sending the data over to Zapier right here.
Yep.
So you can connect these sorts of things up to all your systems. So in Josh's case, it's all going into his KV core. And then the Zap itself is, appending like a hashtag and stuff that triggers off, some other things.
Yeah.
So that's the form.
And also, if this is giving you a headache and making your eyes glaze over, just know that this is the work that we're doing for the Google PPC clients and other partners that we're working with. So you don't have to mess with this stuff. You can focus more of your time, energy, and efforts on what you do best, or what you are more experienced at. And we've been talking about this a few times recently, but you can get more information specifically on the Google PPC pay-per-clip service that we're now offering at wakeup.realestate/Google PPC, which is scrolling across the form as well.
Yeah. So I was messing with it this morning. So that's the form. And I guess the title of this is like how to build a really, a really well optimized real estate Google pay-per-click campaign. Most of the Google pay-per-click out there just runs a click to your landing page from your CRM provider. That's like 99% of the real estate Google pay-per-click.
I know you've kind of mentioned this a few times, not just today, but others. Like, you've been playing with these questions, and you've noticed a huge lift when you tweaked them and added more, which is like counterintuitive, but it's actually working better that way. And so it's not just the questions that you're asking, it's how many, in what sequence, and in what order, or I guess sequence and order, but.
And they need to be conversational. The biggest problem I have is, I have a hard time writing like a third grader, which is what you need to do in marketing.
Yep.
So a lot of times I'll use bigger words than you're supposed to. You got to keep it like you're just talking to friends. I'm sure I'm making some mistakes here as far as that's concerned. But if you have a landing page that isn't going well, go back and try to change some of the words and watch what happens. Yeah.
So this, I'll double tap on that real quick, Ryan. The script that I used this morning, I agonized over. It was two short sentences. I agonized over the second sentence, which was like 7 or 8 words, for 5 or 10 minutes, right? But like that little stuff can have an exponential difference, short term and long term.
Yeah, and you need to have, when you're building funnels and flows like this, you need to have a check-in place where you are constantly revisiting. I have a task in my Todoist right now, my to-do tracker, that's a recurring task every day to check in on this page, to mess with it. Because the tendency would be to just let it go. Oh, that's good enough. That's a good enough conversion rate. You just forget about it forever. And eventually you will, because there's diminishing returns and optimizing like crazy. But in the first few weeks of something like this, you really need to watch it.
And I'm going to say something that is self-serving for us, but honestly is truthful. The more of you who sign up and get on to this service that we're offering, the more data we can feed Google, the better all of the campaigns will end up performing. So like, it becomes a rising tide that raises all. So the more of you that we are able to get going on this, all of our results are going to theoretically improve over time. The more data we feed Google.
So that's the form. Let me show you some other geekiness in the spirit of Tech Tip Thursday. I added dynamic keyword insertion and titling. Dynamic keyword insertion is in fact what she said, just in case you were wondering. Anybody's wondering. But the actual page now echoes back the keyword that is being searched on Google. So I'm just doing a test here. So when the click happens off the Google ad, if you look at the top here, more realistically, if somebody would be searching Harrisburg homes for sale, like that, or York, PA homes for sale. See how it shows on the page. And then look up in the title of your browser. This is the title tag of the page that I'm hovering up on the top left. It's probably real small, guys. I'm sorry. But if you look at the very top left, it says Harrisburg homes for sale. The actual title tag on the page changes based on the keyword that's being searched. And this matches. The reason we do this is to get a better quality score. And so everything seems to match up in the algorithm's eyes. So that you get a higher click-through rate. And so the page is more relevant to the visitor. I also kind of cheat and echo it down here. Nobody gets down this far near the compliance stuff. So little tech tip, if you are running Google ads, go for dynamic keyword insertion and try to echo those keywords on the page. The actual insertion happens in the Google Ads account. Might as well just show that real quick, right? I got to get to your account here.
By the way, again, if your eyes are glazing over here, just go to wakeup.realestate/Google PPC and Ryan, you'll see what we're doing and how you can get us specifically, really Ryan, to get you set up with all of this cool stuff that's natively built into what he's
honestly, Josh, I'm not talking about the steak because I want to sell more of it because the wife and I are going away. Michelle and I are going away for a few days. So I don't want you guys to order today because then I got to set you up. But Josh, that's why I like being partnered with you because you take care of making sure we make a little, for the effort. I really,
somehow or another.
I'm genuinely just trying to geek out here and share for those of you who this is an efficiency thing. You guys are hitting me up in Facebook and I want to be able to say, just go watch that video.
Right.
That's the selfish reason I'm doing this today. But the actual dynamic keyword insertion here, if I go to the campaign and then we go to the ad, inside Google, you can say, hey, Google, inside my URL and inside the body of the ad, I want you to put the keyword that the person was searching when they found the ad. So if I type Harrisburg homes for sale into Google, the actual ad that shows at the very end here, it says UTM term equals keyword. And the way you do it is you type the little kind of like, I forget what they're called, like the brackets next to it's shift and then the thing next to the P, to the right of the P. And then you see it says keyword right here. And then that'll dynamically put whatever the person was searching into your ad. And since this is the URL they're going to, Josh, this echoes back on the page as I was just showing. So basically, people are searching in your area. They're searching all kinds of cities, and it's possible to have the city name pop up or the property type and all that different stuff and have a unique ad and a unique landing page for all these different eventualities. And that's kind of what I've been working on the last couple day or two here. So you can see the ads scrolling on the right. So yeah, I think that's good. I don't want to go too much further down the rabbit hole, but just to share with everybody.
mastermind huddle, so this is perfect.
What's that?
Yeah. I got to make another call before the mastermind huddle on this offer.
Yep.
So that's perfect.
Charlotte's saying, should we wait till I get back? No, it's okay. And I can probably get you done today and tomorrow. I'll let anybody who signs up, I'll let you know if it's going to roll into Monday and Tuesday. That's the only thing that'll happen. I might just say, hey, we're not going to get this live till Monday or Tuesday. But yes, these downsizing campaigns are working. Josh, you're getting responses from the leads. I can see them. You're having conversations. Yeah.
Yep, absolutely.
And just know, guys, whenever we do something like this, we probably obsess too much before releasing it out. Like, we want to make sure it works before we collect any money. I don't want to lose sleep at night. Like, we're not, you know what I mean? So we're doing our best to make sure this works. All right, Josh, I think that's it for Tech Tip Thursday. Yep.
Wakeup.realestate/MM if you want to see the script and even some of the exact follow-up exchanges where I've landed an appointment. All of that good stuff. I'm going to share that live. Wakeup.realestate/MM. If you're watching this after the fact, we'll get the script and all of that good stuff in the description. It is a variation of one that I've been using a lot, which is the quick chat script, which you can find at wakeup.realestate under scripts and templates. There's a bunch of variations already in there for you. This is just a different one that I haven't used before that I just came up with this morning, quite honestly. So good stuff. Thanks, Ryan. I'm also not available tomorrow.
So we're not going to be here tomorrow, guys. Josh is out Monday and Tuesday. I'll probably try to show up, but we'll email you some updates if we aren't. You might see us do a little bit of a summer vacation here, right, Josh? Yep, we're allowed, right?
Exactly. Yeah. I mean, why not? We should.
We did one a month ago, but
it's still summer, so
let's do it again.
All right.
And Mike,
thanks all.
We can't have Mike taking more vacations than us. That cannot happen.
Yeah, seriously, that can't. That's not. That's not right.
All right. Oh, Mike will be on tomorrow.
He's earned it more than us, if I'm being honest. But
yeah.
All right. Thanks.
All right. See you guys.